You have got to be kidding.
Oh, no. We ain't kidding, sweetheart.
No, not at all.
No, we ain't kidding. Now, it's not a game.
Hey.
I guess it's practice right now.
Well, we talking about practice.
We talking about practice.
Yeah. Or mocking.
Pop, lock, and mock it.
Exactly.
That's right. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Back at you.
What up, what up?
Another episode. We got some names for you today.
Mm-hmm.
These going to be some bold predictions.
Yeah, we digging deep.
We digging pretty deep.
Yeah.
Names you're gonna recognize, but a lot of people are gonna be looking at me like, these guys are just, I gotta find my censor button.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, you never know.
Hey.
If it's the end of the draft, later in the rounds, these are some people you need to look at.
That's how you win your league, man.
You don't win by just taking all the popular people.
Exactly.
You got to branch out every once in a while.
Hey, I keep, I try not to toot my own horn. Sometimes I do it a lot, but I'm about to do it.
No comment.
Exactly. But, hey, you're talking to the guy who had David Johnson.
And Michael Thomas.
And Michael Thomas. So, I'm a witness to let you know. Right. Yeah. We're not going to talk about what happened.
What had happened was.
Exactly. But I did draft those guys. So, the point is, these names we're going to give you, these are people you better pay attention to.
Yeah, and I'm going to say they're probably, on average for the most part, ranked 30th or higher in their position. Guys you get later on. Mm-hmm. Some of them you're going to take a little bit early because of the name value or the team they play on. People are going to recognize them from either last year or camp this year. But, I know for me, one guy that probably towards the top of this list stands out or is starting to stand out, Paul Perkins.
Yeah.
Paul Perkins last year didn't get much of a chance. There's always somebody there. You had the Orleans Darkwa, the Darkwa effect.
Yeah, exactly.
You had Vereen for a couple games, and you just had somebody one right after another, and he never really got a chance.
No.
He's going to get a chance this year.
Oh, yeah.
And he's surrounded by a team that's full of wide receiver talent. Yes. In my opinion, arguably the best wide receiver trio in the game. And you can't really argue. Sterling Shepard, their number 3, could be a solid 1, if not minimum 2, on 90% of the NFL teams.
Yeah, I can't really argue that fact. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there are other duos out there that I favor a little bit, but
what about trios?
Well,
they got a trio.
But hey, it's some guys. Guy named Phillip Rivers has got some guys out there, man.
He's got some talent.
He's got some talent.
He's got some talent. He ain't got that much talent.
I don't know, man.
Mike Williams is in a neck brace.
Well, for the time being.
Dude is like broken.
Yeah. Give him a couple shots, shoot him up a little bit. He'll be all right.
Exactly. He'll be in pain on Monday, Tuesday, but as long as he performs on Sunday, we don't care.
He roll on too, baby.
That's right. But yeah, Paul Perkins, to me, he's, as of right now, on average, ranked running back number 30. He's going to start the season as the Giants' number 1 running back, barring any injuries the rest of training camp. So you have the potential to get a starting running back with high upside.
Yeah.
You can probably get him 8th round, 7th round,
right
around in there, depending on your draft. And he could return you 2nd, 3rd round talent easy.
Oh, yeah.
Easy, because teams aren't going to be able to stack the box against Paul Perkins.
No.
Because then you got Odell Beckham, ODB.
Odell Beckham.
That's right. And then Brandon Marshall, who everybody's down on this year because he's getting older. But I'm going to go on record. Bold prediction, number 2 for the show.
Okay.
Brandon Marshall will have his best season in the past. We're going back to like Bears days. Brandon Marshall's going to be a beast this year.
Whoa!
I'm gonna go out there and say Brandon Marshall's going to get 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Man, that's it could happen.
Brandon Marshall is going to get his.
Right.
He's always been the number 1.
Yeah.
And now he's the clear-cut number 2. He is going to get a ton of targets. He's a good teammate. They enjoy having him around. He's not a diva. He's not out there trying to outshine Odell. He knows it's Odell's team. He knows that Odell's the best receiver on the team. Mm-hmm. He is going to get his. Yeah. He's not on my list, but I figured I'd just kind of throw an extra one in there. Because he is. You got to have to get him earlier than these guys. But Brandon Marshall's going to be up there this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, without a doubt. And, like I said, Paul Perkins could, reap the benefits of that. Mm-hmm. That explosive offense, they're going to be spreading that ball across, around the field. And he's probably going to get a lot of touches out of the backfield, from Eli as well. So
that's another thing is I don't know why everybody's so down on Eli.
Because it's Eli.
It's Eli. And I mean, he looks like he eats crayons.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. I mean,
he's that family member that they have in the basement.
Licking windows and I mean, he wears his helmet off the field, so when he runs into walls, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it looks like. I get that.
Yeah,
but the dude's got so many weapons around him, fantasy wise.
Yeah, right.
He's not going to lead them, like his brother's teams would have been. But he's got the number potential, and that's all I care about. I don't care if the Giants go 0-16, as long as Eli's getting me 25, 30 fantasy points a week. I don't care.
Yeah, he's a deep sleeper. I mean, you could look at him in the later rounds. I mean, he could return, some good value back, no doubt. I'm going to tell you somebody, man, I've been looking at, and, you're going to be like, man, what are you talking about? But that's Tim Hightower.
Like, as in last year's Saints Tim Hightower?
Yeah, exactly.
Old school Arizona Cardinal Tim Hightower?
Exactly. That guy.
That guy.
And, the reason why I say that, especially if you're a Hyde owner, you might want to look at him. Everybody's talking about Joe Williams. Okay, yeah, he's a rookie. He's got a lot of talent. But you look at Tim Hightower's track record. He's a goal line beast. If they get down anywhere in the red zone, and if Carlos Hyde is ineffective or if he's hurt, they're going to go to the veteran. They're not going to look at Joe Williams. One, he's not been proven. Now, all this could change, in the preseason if if Joe Williams has a good showing. But as of today, as of right now, Tim Hightower, to me, is the most important handcuff in San Francisco. Like I said, he's any goal line touches is probably going to go through him. It may go through him anyway, just like he did in New Orleans last year. So,
which is weird too, because I mean, I know this year is different than years past, but I'm not a big Carlos Hyde hater.
Right.
He's another guy that I don't know if he's ever really been given the proper chance. Mm-hmm. To me, he seems kind of soft and kind of weak.
Yeah.
But I think it's based off of the surroundings that he's had.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He hasn't been on a team that, relied on him or I think he could do it.
Oh, yeah.
If he was given the chance. If you put something, somebody like him behind a Tampa Bay or an Oakland or a solid contender, that dude could show out and be a top 10 back.
Well, yeah.
Got the potential. He just doesn't have the opportunity. Plus, they're always losing, so they're never running.
Exactly. But I think this year, Pierre Garçon, he's going to stretch the field, man. They've got a better passing attack, I think, than in previous years. So I think that's going to help them, open up the ground game a lot.
So in other words, what you're saying is, before we started recording, you looked over at my sheet and you stole Pierre Garçon off my sheet. Is what you're saying?
I know, but
that's what happens when I get up and go to the bathroom.
Hey,
I mean, you look over at my sheet, you start cheating like other people, be asking for advice for fantasy football.
Well, right. I know a few of those guys. You know what I mean?
Don't be copying my list.
Yeah.
No, but Pierre Garçon, I mean, he's ranked around wide receiver 35, 36. Mm-hmm. He's going to get peppered with targets.
Yeah.
He's going to have the opportunity. Whether he cashes in on it, that's the bold prediction part of it.
That's true.
Brian Hoyer loves to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. He's the quarterback in San Francisco. I mean, he was the one that DeAndre Hopkins had a good season with.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's got the potential. You got Shanahan there with, the meeting back with Pierre Garçon. This could be an easy wide receiver too that you can get late.
Lightning in a bottle.
It could be.
Yeah,
I never caught lightning. I caught lightning
bugs. Yeah.
But I mean, as far as getting actual lightning,
I
don't know what that looks like.
That might be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
That might.
I didn't know what that button was going to do until I hit it. And then after I hit it, I realized it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I was committed.
Hey, you just got to roll with it.
That's right.
You know what? But I'm going to tell you somebody else, man, I was looking at, as far as a nice change of pace type back that somebody's not, or people are not talking about, and that's Charles Sims. And you can also get him in later rounds as well. Everybody looks at Jaquiz, which he will get, the start, waiting on Doug Martin to come back. But Charles Sims he's the type of player, man, that he can get you 15 touches out of the backfield and probably the same amount, as far as receptions are concerned in a game. So he's a heady player, man. I like him. And that offense is going to be clicking. Jameis is going to be throwing that ball. And what better way to kind of loosen up defenses is to have a third down type back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think Sims is the type of person where even if he doesn't get those many touches, which I don't know if he's going to get as many as you think, but he doesn't need to get as many to do something with. He's capable of getting one catch for 55 yards and a touchdown.
Well, but here's the thing, though. What if Jaquiz doesn't really pan out? I mean...
Last year was the first time Jaquiz has ever been effective.
Exactly.
It may have just been a fluke, and the old Jaquiz comes back.
So Sims could be a sneaky play. I know you would only be able to use him for only a couple of games. I think Doug's out for like 3 games. So, that's one of those things. But you got to have a handcuff if you are a Doug Martin owner. You got to be careful about that. We were talking about the Pats in a previous episode, how muddled that offense is, and you just don't know what's going on. Well, another person I'm looking at, actually 2, is Rex Burkhead and James White.
Oh,
yeah. That sounds like me sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd rather not know about it.
Yeah. That's another show.
Yeah.
James White, he was the MVP of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And I know they got about 12 running backs. But Gillislee right now, he's the number 1. If something happens to him, if he goes down, one of these guys are going to get plugged in, and they're going to continue the Garrett Blount legacy. And both of these guys are that type of player. Rex Burkhead is more of your north-south type runner, so he may get more of the goal line touches. But James White can do both. James White.
And Dion Lewis.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Dion.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? I don't know, man. Dion, I think that injury is still kind of, plaguing him a little bit. I hadn't heard a lot of talk about it, but it's a reason, why they drafted all these, players or actually brought him in.
Yeah.
I don't think they believe in Dion.
But if they did, I don't think they would have brought him.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe one of them.
Yeah.
But to get in Burkhead and Gillislee.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, with him already having White and Lewis, I mean, it's kind of overkill. But like we said in previous episodes, you don't know what Bill Belichick's going to do. I bet you we may have to come up with a little side bet here.
Yeah.
One of those guys, no matter how talented they are, they're going to be inactive a week. And you're not going to know who it's going to be.
Exactly.
Rex Burkhead may get 15 carries and 2 touchdowns in week 4 and be inactive week 5.
Man.
I mean, that's the way it goes in New England.
Yeah.
And that's why outside of really Brady and Gronk, it's hard to own anybody for the Patriots because you just never know.
Yeah.
I mean, Edelman in the past has been a PPR machine. Where he gets you a lot of receptions.
Yeah.
I know Malcolm Mitchell last year had a great year, but me personally, I'm not going to touch too many Patriots. Great offense, but I don't want the headache every week of picking which one it's going to be.
No. The only one that would be consistent, of course, is Brady. Gronk, but I mean, Dwayne Allen's there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know he's an insurance policy, but still.
Well, it was weird, too, because if you looked at it even last year when Martellus Bennett was there, Martellus Bennett's best games of the season were when Gronk was also playing.
Yeah.
Bennett didn't really do a whole lot when Gronk was out.
No.
He was hit and miss. But when they both played together,
yeah.
I mean, that's something else you may think about this year. Take Dwayne Allen in the last round.
Hey,
you never know.
Exactly.
You never know.
That's it.
What about, I think right now he's probably even third or fourth on his own team.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rookie last year, was hurt all year, didn't get much of a chance. This year looking great in camp. Josh Doctson.
Yeah. You know, he's another player that could benefit from, you know, Kirk this year. That offense is going to be streaming, man. They're going to be loaded. You know,
Terrell Pryor is just making Josh Norman look like, you know, a dude off the street in camp.
Right.
And this is a dude who's only played wide receiver for this is his second year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. Well, I mean, you know, he's been training with Randy Moss, you know, who's
It looked like he'd been training with Jesus the way he's playing out there.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is floating. Right. Everywhere he goes, he's just like effortless.
Yeah. But see, also, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really high on Terrell Pryor. I like him a lot, but I'm telling you, man, Jameson Crowder is somebody that people are not talking about. Mm-hmm. And Kurt and James, they've got rapport. And then you still got Reed, which is his number one target, regardless of what people say. Jordan Reed Kurt is going to look for him.
As long as his toe feels better.
Well, yeah, his little pinky toe is all right.
Yeah.
You know, but if he's healthy, the dude is going to get peppered. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that people have to realize when they drafting these guys like Pryor and Crowder and Doctson. But to go back to the point, Josh he's kind of like Sterling Shepard in a sense, you know, with New York. He plays that same type of role, but the only thing about it, you know, he was very highly talented. He was higher on their draft board last year, you know, coming into camp and everything. They really liked this kid. So who knows? This is the first year that he's actually healthy. I don't know. He may push into that second role.
I mean, he's taken Pierre Garçon's spot, kind of.
Right.
And I'd like to say I think Terrell Pryor is more of the lead guy.
Yeah.
But Crowder gets to go back in the slot. Doctson and Pryor on the outside.
Yeah.
That can be dangerous really quick, especially when you get Fat Rob and Samaje in the backfield with Jordan Reed if he gets healthy.
Which I think, speaking of that may actually be a committee. A lot of people have been talking about. Man.
Don't say that. No.
That just hit the fantasy profit hard.
How dare you use the C word?
I'm telling you, I got a feeling.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is now. I mean, there's so many teams that have running back by committee. It's enough to make you want to drink heavily on Sundays.
Yeah.
But that's why the guys who are at the top of the draft board are so heavily, pursued because they don't have anybody. I mean, if you're not in a committee, and that's why kind of lead me into something else that we've talked about earlier in the week that stirred up a little bit of animosity in conversation. I'm a Leonard Fournette truther.
Yeah.
You know, I have bought in to the Kool-Aid that he's selling. I mean, I like Leonard Fournette.
Well, you know what? Leonard he's one of those players that only comes along, you know, once in a lifetime. I think my concern with him is one, the offense that he's going to, you know, let alone, I mean, he's a beast, you know, athletic freak. Okay. And I think a lot of people are getting, they're getting caught up in the success that Zeke had, you know, and even before Zeke, you know, you had Todd Gurley. So, you know, we've had great running backs, great rookies to come out and do exceptionally well. And not saying that he won't, but the only thing that you have to factor in, if you're going to take him as early as you may have to take him, it might have pan out the way people think. Because Jacksonville, their line is not as great as some of these others, like Dallas. You know, I mean, it's one of those things. You got to You got to consider.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like you're backing me in the corner here, and I need to make another bold prediction.
Well, yeah, come on.
Bold prediction number whatever for
3.
the show. Is this 3?
Well,
ish. Whatever it is.
3-part.
Leonard
2.
Fournette will be the number 1 rookie running back in fantasy this year.
Man, holy smokes!
He'll go above. He'll finish higher than McCaffrey, Cook, all the other guys we've mentioned before.
Yeah.
I mean, all the guys getting ready to get a chance. The only guy that scares me that could beat him.
Yeah.
And I felt a lot better about this a couple days ago was Joe Mixon.
Right.
Until I saw Giovanni Bernard show up at practice. And I kind of fell off the Mixon bandwagon only because I think that's another committee style thing. I don't think Mixon's going to get the full workload, but Leonard Fournette is going to get the ball a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. They're going to feed him and feed him and feed him. And I agree with that. Man, it's just one of those things because you're going to have to take him
second
round, man. So if you're taking Leonard Fournette at that ADP, you're passing up on Todd Gurley.
I'm fine with that.
But
nope, I'm fine with it. He plays for the Rams. Can't take him.
Yeah, but I'm saying that here's the thing.
I'd rather take a little kid playing Pee-wee than a Rams player.
Hey, okay. So your bold prediction is Fournette
to finish as the number 1 rookie running back.
Okay. My bounce back player for this year is going to be Todd Gurley. At least for
like, what is a bounce back year?
Well,
are we talking like a 1,000-yard season? Are we talking more? Are we talking?
I'd say, maybe 1,100 yards.
The only way Gurley has a good season is if he plays quarterback too.
Hey, he might as well.
Because Jared Goff, he may be. He's up on the list now. If he doesn't have a drastic improvement this year, he's up there with the Ryan Leafs of the world.
That's pretty bad.
That's bad. Man. And he doesn't even look like he cares.
Well, but see here, how much of it was attributed to the coaching staff? You know what I mean? That plays a lot. Yeah,
but when you're a grown man competing at that level, you got to have some type of pride.
Oh, absolutely.
The kid walked around and looked like he didn't even care. Yeah. I mean, he plays for the Rams and had nobody to throw it to last year besides Kenny Britt.
And he had 1,000 yards.
But last time I checked, Tavon Austin's like the number 2 or 3 highest paid wide receiver in football right now.
Exactly.
And what does he do?
Good question.
He shows up.
Yeah.
But he don't catch no balls.
Yeah.
He can return a kick now and then.
Yeah.
It's just the Rams. The Rams in general. I mean, you can't touch the Rams.
They put a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Nobody on the Rams should be owned.
Oh, wow.
Or how about this? Nobody on the Rams should be put in a starting lineup.
Yeah. Ooh.
And that ain't man. I just can't. I can't buy into Gurley. There's no way. Hey. There's no way that because they don't. The offense didn't change enough,
right,
for it to be that big of a. Oh well, they've made this improvement and this improvement and this improvement. It's the same team from last year.
Yes, but
I mean, yes, they've changed pieces, but the pieces didn't get better.
Right.
It's still the same.
So so it's like this. You got a nice car, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You really do. So and you're sitting and you're putting, you put unleaded 87 in it, but if you fool around and you put a little higher octane, throw a little racing fuel in there, that bad boy's gonna purr. So same thing applies with Todd Gurley. I don't know where I got that analogy from.
I don't know.
Let's roll with
where's their racing fuel?
Let's just roll with it. But my point is, the new offense and the coaching regime. You like that?
That's a nice word.
That, I think, will help propel Todd Gurley to the next level. They're going to find ways, man, to get this guy open. I don't care if they got to kick the ball to Todd. I mean, literally, Goff, he's just going to take it and punt it to him.
Just throw it in the general vicinity?
Man, however, you know what I'm saying? Direct snaps, I don't care. They're going to find ways because he's obviously the best player on the team. They're going to find ways to get him the ball. And I feel like that extra push, that extra, whatever they got to do is going to propel him to the next level.
Well, they're going to get him the ball, but he's going to get tackled at the, after 2 yards worth of a gain because they don't have anybody to keep the guys out of the box.
Just give me, 4 or 5 yards here, and if you give him 30 touches a game,
30 touches a game at 3 yards.
Hey, well,
and no touchdowns.
He's going to get a touchdown.
Yeah,
I think
they got to get down there for him to get it.
Yeah, I mean, they got some talent now. I mean,
who? I'm waiting.
Hey,
who? Tell me one person worth
Pharaoh.
Oh gosh,
don't they have that kid Cooper Kupp?
Okay, who's going to get him the ball
anyway?
You mentioned that guy Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
and everybody's all high on him. Oh, he looks great. He looks good.
Yeah,
Goff is the main problem.
I agree.
I don't care if you go put Odell Beckham and Julio Jones on each side of the field. Jared Goff is still the quarterback of the Rams.
Yes.
I have never in my life played quarterback in a football game, and I could go out there and probably complete a pass better than him. This dude has a noodle for an arm. He's got no killer instinct, at least as of last year.
Yeah.
Maybe he found it this offseason, and he can prove me wrong. And if he does, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because I really don't care.
Well, I know you won't be drafting any of those guys.
No.
But I'm telling you, somebody out there that's listening, just heed the words of the fantasy prophet. I'm telling you.
Self-proclaimed. Anyway.
Exactly. But, hey, I can back it up with some data from my previous teams. But anyway, I'm telling you, Todd Gurley's going to be all right.
Okay. So what's your guess for Gurley then? What's he going to get?
1,100 yards. Let's go with 9 TDs.
9 TDs and 1,100 yards.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he gets 750 and 4 touchdowns.
Well, holy smokes. Come on.
That's my prediction. We may need to make a note of this.
Yeah. Well, it's on the internet. So
yeah, that's right. I don't have to write anything down.
Exactly.
We just recorded it.
Yeah,
it's on tape now.
Exactly.
And
forever.
in 22 weeks.
Yes.
We're going to know. We're going to know. I'm going to pull it up and be like, remember that day?
Exactly.
Remember that day the fantasy prophet was wrong?
Well, hey, it's only been few far between. We got to figure out a bet, too, for this.
I can tell you one thing. I ain't wearing no romper.
Yeah, well, somebody's going to be wearing
a romper, but it ain't going to be me.
Exactly.
It ain't going to be. We'll like bet a Coke or something. Or some chicken wings.
Oh, I like that.
I like some chicken wings.
Man.
Right? You know what? Speaking of chicken wings, it's just National Chicken Wing Day the other day, and I just can't wait for my Sunday snacks.
Man,
the Sunday spread when football is on,
dude,
that's like an event.
Yeah.
The guys who are out there that are watching football by themselves and playing fantasy, go out somewhere.
Yeah.
Experience the whole thing. This is not a game that you just sit in your underwear on your couch and watch your laptop with, which I have done.
Yeah.
But I mean, every once in a while it's okay. But this is something you get a group of guys together, have a good time with it, razz each other, make fun of each other.
Right.
I mean, we do a lot of making fun of each other.
Oh man,
our league can be brutal.
It can be very brutal. You got to have tough skin.
There were a few GIFs texted out last year that made me blush.
Yeah.
But, it's got to be fun. You got to make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
If there is any wagers on the line, make sure you're doing your homework.
You better
be doing your homework.
I'm telling you right now.
Because there's some names out there. We named a couple of them. But there's some names out there that you can find.
Yeah.
They're not no crazy names out there. We're not going way deep because I know there's leagues out there that do 15 teams and stuff, but majority are 10 or 12 teams.
Yeah.
So do your research, find some of these guys. These guys, you ain't got to get them early.
Yeah.
You can get them late. They're like the blue light special at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what's that? I almost said Good Friday. Black Friday.
Yeah.
These are like the Black Friday sales.
Yes.
The late after midnight.
Cyber
Monday sales.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what these guys are.
We're going to have one waiver wire Wednesday.
All right.
Well, it actually comes out on Tuesday, right?
We'll probably do it Wednesday. Hey, waiver wire Wednesday.
Yep.
That's the triple dub.
Man,
that's coming pretty soon. That's coming in a couple of weeks.
I can't wait, dog. God.
It's getting there. Camps, all of them underway now.
I had a dream I was drafting last night. My team was awesome. It was awesome.
And then you woke up and was like, damn.
I was like, son of a.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It happens.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. You can't control your dreams.
No.
You just got to wait. I'm not even going to ask. Not even going to ask.
Woo.
Not even going to ask. But hey, that's a lot of information we threw out there. I appreciate you all listening. Mac has totally lost it.
I'm done.
He's done. I need to mute his microphone before something bad comes out.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You can find us on the websites. They're posted at the bottom of the page. Get in touch with us. Email us. It's sunk in. Matt, I have totally lost Mac. Mac is gone for the day. He is done. I would say I would have continued the show, but I could just read it in his face that there's no more information coming out of this man right here.
Yeah, that's it.
It's good. It's all good. But hey, you guys have a good one. We'll check you later. Find us on Twitter. Get in touch with us. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Peace.